I'm on site, right?
I'm on site.
And then I'm going to commission a new site.
That's right.
Bluetooth local communication between the phone and the
Guardian.
The
right.
Guardian, okay. So just showing the serial number here of the Guardian.
That's correct.
All right. Confirm.
Confirm.
I'll just use the site that
10.
you already have here.
Yep. Confirm.
All right.
And then we're going to choose the NV inverter,
So we have
which is the
NV.
one that we're commissioning. And then we're
choose the battery,
which is an
so for the demo we're going to do the eFlex, right?
The eFlex Max. Confirm what you're seeing.
It's got the Guardian, the inverter, the battery. All right.
And you begin setup. So before you begin, one of the things that we give the flexibility to the installer is some of the installers are well equipped to because they've installed the MV multiple times and they just like the LCD functionality of it. We give them the flexibility to go through the installation process or say, you know what, I already set it up through the LCD, I'm gonna skip that process and then just go straight to the registering warranty process. It's gonna put the system in standby.
All right.
And I'm gonna go nearby so you can hear the actual.
Okay. Okay, so I heard the relay here.
Right.
So,
So in a grid tie scenario, that relay basically puts the system in pass-through mode.
Okay.
So while you're commissioning the system, your customer still can be energized.
got it.
And it's asking you, do you have multiple inverters or you have just one?
All right, so just one inverter.
That's right. So you get to select which is the output voltage. So like I said before, we do have 3-phase capability, but in this case, we're gonna set it up as residential.
Residential, okay, so we'll stick with that. 60 hertz. Time looks good.
Time looks good.
All right, so we're off grid.
Off grid. And then you can set your cutoff SOC,
yeah.
which is typically 20% to comply with the 10-year warranty, 80% depth of discharge, 8,000 cycles.
So we'll keep that 20%.
Yep.
And then no generator here.
Right.
And we're not using the generator port, so.
Yeah, or you're not using the generator,
Yeah.
but you can still have the functionality of AC coupling and.
Right. And so that's what it's asking me here now, is how do I want to use the generator port for AC couple or smart controlled load, but we don't have that.
Right. So confirm your settings.
So I'm going to confirm the settings here.
And you set up the system. Okay. Have you ever interacted with this inverter in particular or similar?
No, this is my first time seeing it. This is my first time seeing it,
Okay.
my first time using the app. And basically it was less than 5 minutes from when we picked up the phone until when we had this online.
Yep.
So that's great.
So, and then taking it from there, I'm gonna show you what the homeowner looks like. So I am from Puerto Rico, so this is my test site. This is basically what it looks like. So we're in nighttime. Right now the grid is feeding the loads. I'm in backup mode, so I'm keeping the battery as charged as possible for any event. I wanna charge my battery or do a quick charge, but in this case it's not because it's fully charged, but I can grid charge, hit enable, it's gonna charge my battery. If I wanted to manually start the generator, give it some sort of exercise, I can manually start it right now. I start generator, or I can go into the quick settings and actually also set the weekly generator maintenance schedule, right? And then fiddle around with the power rating of the inverter and the charge current that's gonna go to the battery, along with the generator boost feature. Right now, being in California, time of use is very essential, right? So we do have battery schedule embedded into the homeowner's app. Installers can also set it up as well. You basically go on battery schedule. You know, it's very descriptive. Anything that you don't know, if you said, like say PV charge only, what means, to give an example, I'm gonna charge my battery with solar, but I'm not gonna use my battery during this time as well. And that gives you that description for people who've never interacted with the system. I set up my kilowatts and then I add the time that I want. In my case, I don't wanna use the battery from 7 to 8. And in California's case, you might wanna use grid charge anywhere from maybe 11 p.m. to all the way to 4 p.m. And then you can discharge from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. so you're not using the peak demand that's from 4 to 9 in California. Right. Essentially, our mission is make the installer's life easier. We've gotten a lot of feedback on that, and we wanted to bring it all in the form of an app for something that can be rather simple, but at the same time complex, because we don't just do residential installations, but we also do residential and commercial. And when you're doing commercial systems, let's say 3-phase parallel, one little mistake can create an alarm or a fault where you have to figure out what it is. The app is gonna remind you, it's gonna guide you step by step, no matter how many inverters you have, it's gonna go through each inverter, and then once you set up the primary inverter, it's gonna propagate all the settings to the secondary inverters. So
great. Well, Matthew, it sounds like you've received and you've listened to a lot of installer feedback.
Yeah.
Of course, Fortress Power is a very well-established inverter supplier. This is not the first time you all have done this. You've been doing it for many, many years.
Yep.
And it sounds like you've got a very, very loyal following.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, to add a little bit to that, we've been in the market since 2016. We were one of the first ones to actually bring LFP batteries before everybody started bringing LFP batteries as well. One of our key philosophies is to be safe, reliable, cost-effective, and at the end of the day, also very simple to install.